you had to guess, what was the average age range of the juvenile or the child in the videos, or was there an average age range?
I don't know that I could. Preteen to teen.
Okay. So, like 10 to 12, 8 to 10?
Could be.
Okay.
I'm not super great at guessing ages based on.
Okay.
The case begins with a shocking revelation. A middle and high school principal, trusted with hundreds of students, is suddenly at the center of a serious criminal investigation. Authorities had been tracking suspicious online activity for months. Reports from major platforms like Discord, Google, and other service providers flagged repeated incidents tied to a single user. What stood out immediately wasn't just the nature of the content, but the frequency. Investigators described it as an abnormally high number of reports, far beyond what they typically see. That trail led them to Jeremy Williams, a school principal responsible for roughly 480 students. By the time deputies arrived at his home in September 2025, Williams was already on administrative leave from his school due to unrelated controversy. But what investigators were looking into now was far more serious.
Hey, Jeremy.
Oh.
Jeremy?
Yeah?
All right. Have you come out here and chat with me real quick?
Sure.
I catch you at like your gym time or something?
I
Or?
was gonna mow the lawn, but
Okay.
wow.
Just take off over here real quick. Just real quick to let you know, I am audio video recording.
Okay.
Actually, we all are. Just body camera
Cool.
stuff. So, any idea why we're here today? Okay. I'm going to be real upfront with you.
Okay.
You are under arrest right now.
Oh.
There's one of two things we can do. Either we can just go ahead and run you down to jail and go about our business. I have a
Okay.
search warrant to go through the house as well.
Okay.
The alternative is you can come back, you can have a conversation with me at the office.
Yeah.
It'll give you an opportunity to maybe give your side of it or
Okay.
maybe feel heard. It's just kind of up to you how you want to play it.
What is this for?
So across the last couple of months, we've received some information through some various sources about your online conduct. I've had a chance to go through it. One of my counterparts who works for Longview PD has as well. That's why we're having this conversation today.
Okay.
If you want to continue chatting about it, I'd prefer to do it down in the
Right,
office.
obviously. Yeah.
So does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another Mark car come up.
Great.
Have him give you a ride down there, and then we'll have a conversation. In the meantime, some of my counterparts are going to search your house. Okay. You will get a copy of the search warrant along with a receipt for anything that I tape.
Okay.
That seem fair?
Well,
Okay.
seems interesting.
Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Item 15, David 3, you can come on up.
It's included in this.
Do you have anything else in your, don't dig in your pockets for me. Do you have anything else on you?
No.
Okay, go ahead and turn around real quick. I'm just going to pat you down. Having gym shorts makes it pretty easy for us, but so make sure you don't have any guns, knives, grenades, stuff like that. Okay. Hey, nope.
Anybody else living here?
Yeah. Yeah, my wife and my son. 20?
Okay.
20.
20.
As long as you're going to be cooperative, I'll cuff you in the front.
Where am I going to go with?
Is he autistic or anything?
He's on the spectrum. He's Tourette's-ish.
I want to put your phone in airplane mode.
You-
Can you type in the passcode?
Nope. Perfect.
You got it?
You just want to keep that open.
Okay.
Okay. Come over here. I'll sit you in this car. You good with this side?
Yeah.
Okay. I already gave him a pat down. If you want to check him again, that's fine. It's gym shorts, so there's not a lot going on.
What's your wife's name? What's her son's name?
Okay. Go ahead and jump in for me.
Sitting there.
You got AC running there?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to chat with the wife real quick, just kind of let her know what's going on. And then if you'll I'll have you follow me, or I'll follow you either way, and we'll head down to the office and put him in one of the interview rooms.
Okay.
Principal Williams is being cooperative, But you can also see how the second he made a movement turning away from the police officer, the officer made sure he knew that he wasn't going anywhere.
These are all of the reports
Oh, wow.
that I've gotten. There's a
What?
abnormal amount of them.
Okay.
I'm going to walk you through Williams' interrogation, but first, let's return to the scene and the newly released body cam footage. After he's taken to the sheriff's office, deputies speak with his wife and son while executing the search warrant.
Yes,
Hi there, you Sandy?
I am.
Hi there. Just to let you know, we have a search warrant for the house.
Okay.
Okay. And we were looking for specific items, electronic items.
Okay.
Is there anybody else in the house?
My son is here.
Okay, that's you right there. You're Trevor?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Jason with the sheriff's office. These were his headphones. I'm going to give them to you. So, is anyone else in the house besides the two of you?
Nope.
Okay.
Big dogs, small dogs.
Nope.
Two kittens.
Do you have any idea what this is about?
Nope. I
Okay.
have no clue.
Okay.
What he possibly could have gotten.
Okay.
Yeah, what he's done. I
Okay.
have no clue.
To let you know, we're recording.
Yep.
It's audio, video. I'll let Detective Moore explain what's going on.
Okay.
Is there anything that you need to put away before we start digging into the search warrant?
We don't have illegal things. We are actually really law-abiding citizens.
What we're looking for is any sort of electronics, computers,
Well,
cell phones.
I mean, we have those things, of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
but I mean, yeah, I mean, if that's what's on your search warrant, like, I mean,
Any sort of storage devices, like thumb drives, hard drives.
I mean, we have thumb drives and that. Like, I mean, I've got some up in my, and I have no idea what my son has. He's 20. Of course,
Okay.
he has his own computer
Okay.
and his own, like,
Like a phone computer that he especially uses by himself.
No. We have a communal, it's actually my computer. I use mainly for schoolwork.
Okay.
I have a work laptop in here. He
Okay.
doesn't even have his work laptop right now.
Okay.
He uses the home computer, on occasions, but
Do you have a tablet or anything like that?
no, I mean, I also have an older tablet, but it's primarily mine.
Okay. Are you able to point those items out to us so we're not going through
Oh,
every
yeah.
nook and cranny? Okay,
Yeah.
that would be helpful.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go in this door right here. Appreciate it.
You really feel for his family because it seems they had nothing to do with this and were just trying to understand what was happening. They cooperated as deputies carried out the search warrant, going through electronic devices, while Jeremy was taken to the sheriff's office for questioning.
And I think I forewent our introductions earlier. I'm Detective Moore. This is my partner, Detective Hamer. Like I said at the house, the reason we're having this conversation today is I received a number of, for lack of a better term, tips that come to me from electronic service providers, places like Google, Discord, Kik, Facebook, Instagram. And those are generated when a user does something that gets flagged by their system. Generally, as a matter of speaking, somebody at that, we call them an ESP, sits down, they review whatever it was, and then they fire off these reports to us. We look at them, investigate if necessary. That being said, do you have any idea why we're talking today?
You can keep talking.
Okay. Part of my hope is that this is a two-way conversation. It doesn't do me a whole lot of good to just sit here and talk, right? Because I already know.
I'm guessing, to use my powers of inference, that somebody flagged something and that's where we're at.
So, Principal Williams takes an interesting approach after being read his rights. At this point, it's unclear if he fully understands what deputies are referring to, but he appears willing to keep listening without a lawyer present.
What was your Discord username? Do you remember?
Colonel Angus something 40.
Okay.
something?
Uh,
I haven't, like I said, I haven't been on Discord since then, and I don't do that.
Since June.
Yeah.
Colonel Angus, like the Saturday Night Live skit?
Yes.
Okay.
You're the only person that I think's gotten that.
Okay.
Things remained cordial at first, but then detectives begin laying out the evidence against Jeremy, making it clear this case is far from typical.
These are all of the reports
Oh, wow.
that I've gotten. There's a
That's a lot.
abnormal amount of them.
Okay.
And part of the reason is it's because of continued use.
Okay.
Every time a user does something that gets flagged, it generates one of these reports. Generally, we only get 1, 2, maybe 3 of these before we end up having this conversation. I have 8. Like I said, it's an abnormal number.
Yeah.
To clarify a little bit, the activity is generally, how familiar are you with like computer terminology, electronic stuff?
I mean, I'm passing familiar with certain.
Okay. So
I'll ask for questions if I don't understand.
I'll simplify it a little bit more. So every piece of data that exists has something called a hash value. It's a super unique value, can't be recreated. I think it's like 1 million times more unique than your own thumbprint is. And that's specific to photos and videos, which are the types of content that these ESPs flag. There is a very large database of known hash values, specifically related to something we call CSAM, which is child sexual abuse material. Okay. Seem like you're familiar with the term, or
Well, I mean,
able to work it out?
Okay.
Yeah. And so as we go through this process with people and these images get identified, this hash value gets put into this database. And so when one of these ESPs sees one of these known hashes get uploaded or downloaded,
Mm-hmm.
triggers one of these. Then a user with an employee of the company sits down, they review it, and ensure that, yes, this is actually what happened, and they fire off one of these reports. Sometimes it's a batch of things, so 10, 20, 30 things get sent. We just get one report.
Right.
If they're separated by more than a few days or a week, then we start getting multiple reports. Does that kind of make sense how that process
Oh,
works?
that's good explanation.
So, like I said, I have 8 of them here.
Okay.
The most recent actually happened on Friday, or came in on Friday. But they are all originated from Discord and Kik.
Okay.
Specifically, all except 2 of them originated from Discord.
See, and I haven't been on Discord for
Well, you said since June,
June.
which the bulk of these originated from either very early June all the way back through March of this year.
Okay.
They do relate back to the username that you gave, the Colonel Angus 44. A big part of what comes in these reports is they give us what's called the subscriber information. So anything you use to sign up for the account, including email addresses, phone numbers, things like that. The email address used to sign up for these was the 44shocker@gmail account, or at Gmail. The other big thing that it gives us is for each explicit image that's uploaded or downloaded, transferred, it gives us the date and time stamp that it happened, and then the IP address that it originated from.
Okay.
So with that information, we sit down and I send off subpoenas or search warrants to, in this case it was to Comcast for the IP address. They came back and said that your wife is the subscriber for that particular ISP address, and it services 97 Yelton Drive or Yelton Place.
Okay.
A search warrant was sent off to Google for this 44shocker Gmail account, which is how we ended up with your name and
I
date
saw
of
that.
birth.
They sent a report.
Okay.
Authorities say they found at least 31 CSAM images linked to Williams. According to KATU-TV, one of those images, difficult as it is to mention, reportedly involved an infant, underscoring just how disturbing the case is. During the interrogation, Williams is confronted with this evidence indicating illegal material on his devices, and detectives begin pressing him on what he knows. A warning here, some of what follows is extremely disturbing.
Maybe you kind of knew this was coming, or?
No, I didn't know this was coming. I just said, they said that as a matter of course, they had to submit my data or whatever it was, and they couldn't talk about it, but now they could.
Okay. And that didn't seem,
It seemed concerning, but what am I going to do?
okay.
When did you receive that?
Last week?
Okay, so just
2
recently?
weeks ago? Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So, with all of that being said, we're not here by mistake,
Right.
right? We've put in our due diligence to get to this point, and I'm extremely certain of why you're in the position you're in. That being said, we like to have these types of conversations to try to give you or whoever it is an opportunity to explain, what it is that was happening, or maybe the motivators, or is this something that's been going on for a long time, or something that's come up new. In your case, one of my concerns is you are in a position of authority at a school. So clearly there's some additional concerns there, right? Your access to children that are the same content that was uploaded and downloaded being discussed. Is this something that you're willing to talk about with me, or?
To an extent.
Okay.
To an extent.
How long have you been, I guess, doing this, seeking it out, collecting?
It's been less than a year.
Okay, so like maybe
Probably
late fall,
February,
early.
probably February.
Okay, so about the time that these reports started. 'Cause I think my first one's probably early March-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. What drove that?
I accidentally, I was talking to somebody on Reddit, I think, and they,
Sent it to you?
yeah.
Okay. And then you just kind of were like, oh yeah, this is kind of the thing, and went down the rabbit hole?
Never sought it out, didn't go looking for it, didn't do internet search, not looking for any of that. It's, as you well know, there's folks out there that have a lot of things.
Very aware.
Yeah.
Okay, and was it like, you said you were having this conversation with somebody on Reddit.
Mhm.
Did they just kind of offer it up to you? How'd that conversation come about?
It was an RP thing, roleplay sort of thing. We started talking on Reddit then.
Okay, like sexually?
Yeah,
Okay.
sort of stuff.
And so what this person said, hey, are you interested in looking at this, or?
It was, I think it was sent without any, we were sending clips back and forth of,
Okay.
Various adult activities,
Okay.
usually Reddit stuff, or
Okay.
sometimes some Pornhub, sometimes some, things like that.
Okay. After this interaction with this Reddit user, was there like a continued back and forth conversation with the same person, or did you kind of start to stumble across other people?
Just came across others,
Okay. Tell me about some of those interactions.
same sort of thing, people posting, looking for, female looking for male, online chatting stuff. I've never done anything IRL.
Okay.
Everything's always been online, and that's a very important distinction considering the position I'm in. I've never done anything with a student at a student, never used access their information, never done anything like that. It's all been online.
Okay. And like I said, that's one of my main concerns right now is your access to children and this being the content.
Well, right now I'm actually on administrative leave because I wasn't sad that Charlie Kirk got shot.
Okay.
And when somebody was talking about it, I said, oh, too bad, good riddance.
Okay.
And they got me, so I don't have access to anything anyway.
Okay. Is that the meeting you were at earlier
Yeah.
today? Okay. Were they just now placing you on admin
No.
leave, or? I
No,
don't.
that happened on Thursday.
Okay.
Same happened on Wednesday.
Okay. So just random interactions with other users.
Yeah.
It appears like it's mostly through Discord. Is that?
That, I use Discord for very, very little,
Okay.
honestly, and that one was more, I don't know. I didn't use Discord. I had a couple of good connections that I used, but
Well, obviously there were a couple of connections. What, were those the same scenario? Like you
Yeah,
found
it's
them,
all-
were role playing?
it's both. Sometimes I'd post an ad saying, looking for somebody to chat with, talk,
Okay.
those sorts of things.
And it just kind of evolves.
Yeah.
Okay. When you do receive these images, or I'll even walk that back a little bit, have you ever reciprocated to receiving the images? Like they send you an image, so you send back one that you've gotten in the past, or video?
That has happened.
Okay.
That's a major admission from the principal during the interrogation. Williams appears to downplay it, emphasizing that nothing happened in real life, but it almost comes across like he doesn't grasp the seriousness of the situation. To be clear, this is a very serious offense.
No.
Okay.
And this, like I said, this was a stumble across, and, yeah.
Obviously, if you're reciprocating, sending them back, you have these images and videos saved somewhere. Is it on your phone? Do you have a hard
I
drive?
do not have any anymore.
You deleted them all?
I don't have any.
Okay, help me understand what you mean by that, because you made an important distinction there that,
I do not have any images in my phone or on computer or anything like that.
okay,
Anything that I've gotten has been deleted. I wasn't comfortable keeping things on there.
okay, so you only held them for the couple of months you were doing it
Just the
and
time,
purged it?
times going back, and then, you get, it's like, no, I can't have this, this is not good.
And prior to this year,
Mm-hmm.
when you were interacting with people doing fantasy or role-play
Yeah.
type stuff, were you doing this regularly with adult porn prior to this year?
Not really, no.
And so
This,
at some point when you got into exchanging and role-playing with the adult stuff, how did you get the underage stuff? How did that transpire?
as you're aware, there's a lot of folks who like to do age play sort of things.
Mhm.
I mean, that's not,
That's kind of what I felt
that's
like
not
you were
big
alluding to.
secret, yes.
Yeah.
That, it was age play.
Okay. And then the images were given to you through that without your solicitation, is that correct?
At first.
Okay.
And well, I never, and it's very important,
Mhm.
I never said, hey, I'm looking for this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see this.
Okay.
I'm seeking this.
Mhm.
It usually ended up happening in a matter of course.
Okay. And I think what my partner's trying to work out here is when you say in a manner of course is you're role-playing through this age scenario where, is it that you're the older person and this other person is playing?
I have been.
And
I've gone,
you've done both
yeah,
ways?
I've gone,
Okay. And as this role play is going on, how does it transition from the role play to you getting or sending?
as you're talking, you send images to illustrate what the scenario is that's going on,
Okay.
or,
And so just organically without
yes.
asking to receive or to give, it's just as part of the play, the exchange of those two things.
And then, but like you you were saying earlier, you would occasionally reciprocate where you would get an image in and then you would send. And to clarify, most of these seem like they're videos versus just like still photos. Okay. If you had to guess, what was the average age range of the juvenile or the child in the videos, or was there an average age range?
I don't know that I could, preteen to teen,
Okay. So, like 10 to 12, 8 to 10?
could be.
Okay.
I'm not super great at guessing ages based on,
Okay.
Whole thing, I'm just kind of the helper here. And being in your position, how do you get yourself into a situation where you're even sticking your toe in that pool?
I know.
I mean, it's,
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that, you know, there's no way they'd find out, or?
I don't know that the thought goes that deep at the time.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, you've seen people, you know, you guys, this isn't your first rodeo and
Unfortunately.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Principal Williams makes several admissions during the interrogation, which lasts around 30 minutes. Despite being in serious trouble, he at times keeps a surprisingly casual tone with detectives, even referencing the long-running police show, Columbo.
One last thing, when I stepped out, I thought about it.
Columbo.
What's that?
Columbo.
Columbo?
You're not familiar with Columbo? He's a detective. He would
He'd come in and pretend like he was all,
pretend like he's a moron, and then he'd leave, and then, oh, one more thing.
Oh,
and then that was the one that actually got him.
Right, so,
interesting.
Columbo me.
No, early on in the interview, you said back in June your Discord account got hacked.
Yeah.
Are you being honest or truthful in that statement?
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on until I went to log in and it said, you've taken action against terms and services
Okay.
of,
So what that was, that's why I wanted to clarify that, was did it actually get hacked? Or, so what you ran into was when they closed your account because of those violations.
Yeah.
So that's what they do. When they fire off
Okay.
these reports to us, typically they will lock a user's account out. I just want to clarify that it wasn't suddenly all of a sudden somebody else was posting.
This was Williams' official school photo prior to his arrest. After spending roughly an hour in the interrogation room, he was taken into custody and initially charged with 13 counts. In February, he pleaded guilty to 3 counts of possession of depictions of a minor engaged in sexually explicit conduct in the first degree. He was sentenced to 5 years and 1 month in state prison, followed by 3 years of supervision after release, and is required to register as a sex offender.